Hello, I've actually touched on this one a few times before, and it's kind of about putting yourself first, like self-care Saturday, self-care Sunday, just like really making time for you. And two things sparked this, and that's because client check-ins were yesterday, and there's this girl that I was working with that used to be so highly strung and worried about everything and the littlest bit of bloat and all of this other stuff because she wasn't focusing on enjoying the process and giving herself time to really feel. And since working together, she's continuously learnt to put herself first and make a few other sacrifices to ensure that she is putting herself first. And in the feedbacks, when I have my feedbacks, it has a few different sections where it gets mood, energy, all of this other stuff. And not only is her mood excellent, but she literally wrote the word fan-fucking-tastic. And she's walking on sunshine. And all of this other, stuff that you wouldn't usually, I wouldn't usually expect from her. And on top of that, at a particular point last week, she was going through the massive stress of moving houses. And this girl, I was going to say her name, old client A, would have been a frantic mess from the way that she used to react to things before. But she's been so calm about it and putting her first when it comes to meal prepping, when it comes to her training, and if anything, she did 10 times better because her step count, because I count their steps if they have an activity tracker. That's the only thing I really care about with those. It's the steps that you make. Her steps were through the roof, and it made her feel so good and stress-free. And I also ask, with some clients, we ask about bowel movements, and everything's been so regular, and it just stresses the importance of putting yourself first. And then this other client was asking about feeling guilty, and it's not just her. I've heard it a few times about feeling guilty about putting themselves first, or having to spend extra money on themselves instead of others and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just going to touch on how putting yourself first means you're putting others first. Because if you really care about someone, what can you possibly do for them if you're coming from a place of burnout and fatigue and not thinking straight? I can speak for myself because when it comes to July and August, it is my most stressful months because it's tax time and a lot of admin needs to be done. And anytime that I'm updating admin systems, it means it's time away from doing what I need to do on the face to work behind the scenes. So if I fatigue myself too much, I can't clearly I can't be calm and clear and concise in my thoughts. And I recognize how much it impacts my reaction and my communications and interactions with other people. And that's when I start to realize that I need to put sleep first for a couple of days, and then I know that I can perform from a better place, because I already know that without my training I feel lost and I can't perform. So my training's already a given, but it's my sleep that usually suffers when things like this happen. So I recognize it. So make sure you recognize it when it happens and do what you need to do to fix it. So if that means you need to get some sleeping tablets or some GABA or Phenibut or melatonin or whatever it is to help you sleep at night because that's what's suffering, or if it's you're too frantic doing everything else that you're just eating all the wrong choices of food, which actually impacts your energy, performance, mindset. And when you're not in control of what you put into your mouth, you feel like you're not in control of your life. And you feel like you're sort of like cheating yourself in a way as well. And you just feel like, oh, what's the whole point? I'm not even eating to my diet. So when it comes to that, then I would say be selfish. Set 2 to 3 hours aside. Meal prep anything that you can meal prep. Get it ready to go. And bag out fresh veggies. Bag out whatever you need to. Freeze what you need to. And just having it set there and ready to go takes a stress off your mind, and you're putting yourself first, and you can calm a whole aspect of your life there. So it's important. And then when it comes to training, what I do is I make it appointment times with myself. Like, I have my schedule that I update every now and then that my girls have access to, and I literally sectioned out me time every morning, which includes me waking up, doing whatever the hell I want to do before I train. Then it includes my training time. And usually whatever I do before I train is work related. It's just that I rather not do a lot of chat related stuff or programming, and I like to leave that all for later, unless it's like a Thursday or Friday and I'm doing like client check-ins. But other days I don't like to do any programming or any work before I train. I want to be in my training mindset, because in doing that, it puts me in a peak position to then be able to do the work that I need to do for my clients and my business when I get home from training, which clears my mind, makes me feel good and ready to go for the day. So you need to realize, I guess a way to feel better about it is realizing the positive benefits of doing said activity for your own selfish needs. Like, what are the benefits and positives, and what do you get out of fueling yourself right? What do you get out of eating the right foods? What do you get out of knowing you're following a plan that is taking you towards your goals? What do you get from seeing your weights go up, or seeing your strength go up, or just feeling better every week? Like, that elation, that happiness that it brings you, if you recognize that. And I keep pushing onto my girls whenever, like, some of them when they tell me, others I think they hide it to themselves sometimes when they're happy, but I try to push them to tell me. But every single mini goal, even if it's just as simple as I actually prepped my food last night so I don't have to worry about it today, stuff like that, just celebrating that and boasting about it and actually sitting on the moment of how great it feels and the benefits, it's like a positive feedback loop. And that enables you to realize why it is so important to put yourself first. That is why it's so important to fill your cup 100%, because then now you're performing from a place of abundance, a place of happiness, of positivity, of giving. You're not feeling like you're drowning or like you need to take energy from others to be able to support your own. And yeah, so I hope this little podcast helps, and yeah,